Bonjour, good morning. It is Sunday the 30th of January 2022. I spent late last night and a little bit this morning trying to suss this door. Basically, I've come to the conclusion it's manufacturing tolerance that I'm up against, and I can't get it to do what I want it to do. I want a consistent line the whole way up. That is awesome. Sky's got her tools out, she's helping. Yeah, basically it's 733 millimeters to there, and down the bottom I've got it at C7. Oh, I've lost it. 733, and it's 735, so there's a difference of 2 millimeters. But that's a decent sized gap. Like, you don't want it any tighter than that. But as you go up, it pinches, and that's what I was trying to sort out. I've got the gap along there the same, so I've come to the conclusion whoever built it, it's not quite wide enough. Like, you know, it's just murder tight. There's nothing I can do. I can't make this bit any wider because obviously it's the frame, so I've just got to accept it. It's not rubbing, so it is what it is. I've adjusted it as best I can, so we just got to live with it. Sky's decided she wants to help, so she helped me screw the board back on. And what we said we'd do, didn't we, Sky, is we're going to put the big board on, didn't we? Yeah. So I finally got a little bit of money coming in. We're still totally skint, but we had a little bit spare after paying everybody. So I bought a few sheets of plasterboard to do this wall. So what I'm going to do is get this wall board on now. Okay, so I've just marked out, I've got a socket on the wall there. Said it again, I've invested in one of these hole saw cutters for the exact size for the single sockets. Way better, because you just obviously drill it and then you know your socket's going to fit in there perfect. I mean, if you're going to be doing loads of renovation, which I know a lot of you are doing, so it's a good little tool to add to the arsenal. Way quicker than a pad saw. Normally the boards have got markings on for your plasterboard, where your 600 or 400 centres are. This particular board, it has got it marked, but they're few and far between and they're not easy to see, so for the sake of a couple of seconds to do that. Happy days. You always want your plasterboard off the floor, you don't want it touching directly on the floor, so I'm just going to put some 10mm tile backerboard on the floor just to sit it on, just to make my life easy. Right, I think I might get some help. Oh, here comes my apprentice. You gonna come and help Daddy?
Yeah, let's get my necklace. Come with me and get my necklace.
I'm filming you, is that okay? My faithful little assistant. Okay, so what we're going to do, Daddy's going to lift the plasterboard into place. Yeah. You're going to have to stick your hand in that hole. Yeah? And you're going to pull this cable through. Okay? Okay, right. So if you stand just there, Daddy's going to lift it around. So stay well back. Get back, Fabrice. No, stay behind me. Stay behind Daddy. No, behind Daddy. That's it. Good girl, well done. Okay, can you see the cable?
Yeah.
Can you pull it through?
I can't.
You can't? What about now? Still can't? What about now? Yay! Good girl! That's it. Yeah, you go back to your fun TV. Daddy, carry on working.
Dad, these are four dots. Okay? Don't take them out. They're only four dots.
Are they? Okay. Thank you very much for your help.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Right. That's that in place. I'll get it all screwed up, cut back, and then we'll carry on. Right, nothing much has really happened since that last video clip because my current life situation just doesn't allow for much. But I have been busy behind the scenes. The huge scaffolding that we had there and there, as you can see, is now gone. We've cleared it all out of the way. I've given it back to my friend who kindly lent it to me. Basically, to get this job going again, I'm held up with a few things, apart from the obvious one, finances. But what I'm going to do is I've got another one of these crates, which is in my trailer over there. I'm going to drag it, I'm going to put it there, and then we're going to move this pile of tiles outside, wrap them all up, cover them all up to protect them, because rain obviously is coming because it's February. That way, that frees up this area so I can start getting this all finished. I've got the plasterboard, like I said in the last video. I've got the insulation, that's all there. So we're basically good to go. It's not going to cost me anything apart from time. So I need basically a kick up the ass to get going again and do as much as I can with what I've got rather than what I can't get. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So let's do the boring job of moving all them. So I think the third time. This is why I don't bother filming after stuff, because it is just boring as hell moving stuff constantly, doing the same thing again and again. And it's the hottest day of the year so far, 17 degrees. Wonderful. All done. Still a fair few left, isn't there? Okay, so now that's all cleared out of the way, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to have a good old sort out, move this so it's further away so I can get down there with my ladder. Obviously this all needs bracing up, finish off that parge coat, and then I've really got to make a decision. It's either going to be a pellet burner or a wood burner there. Where the line is on the floor, that's where the underfloor heating pipes stop, 900 out. I wrote it on the wall as well. So what I might do is build a wooden frame out here, send it up, and then that way that'll hide the flue, but also we'll have all our insulation in the walls as well. But it's still undecided. Oh, hello, I'm trying to make a vlog here.
I want to help you.
You want to help me? Oh, okay. You're not going to move that gas bottle on your own, kid. This is half the battle. Like, even trying to work with kids is a nightmare. But anyhow, yeah, so we'll get all this sorted, and we'll come back when hopefully we're insulating this. Okay, it is now Monday the 14th. The baby's due like any day. The due date was yesterday, so I finished work, so I got to be close just in case it happens. But we also want to keep pushing on, so I've actually given myself a bit of a kick up the arse. Boarded that bit and finished the insulation. I was working this morning locally at a mate's house and I had some gear left over, so after adjusting that door I've put the first layer on, done all that, put another coat over there. This patch that I did, it's had its final coat, so that's just ready for a gentle sand down, then that's ready for paint that bit. This little bit here that I was unhappy with, I did it. There's different gear over here and some of it doesn't sand down, and typically some of the gear I put on, it didn't sand down very well, so I just wasn't happy with it. So I've put some better gear over the top, so that'll be ready to go again with a quick sand down. As previously discussed in one of the videos, originally this was going to be a sliding door. We changed our mind, which means the head DL is too high. Originally I was going to keep it, but the overriding factor is the architraves are not tall enough for that opening, unfortunately. So what I'm going to have to do is get my grinder, I'll make sure it's in line with that. Just grind this bit of bead off, hack all that out, build a little bulkhead and build that back up and drop it. And then the plan is to line this in hopefully oak. That's what I want to do. And then put the architrave around, so that'll make that quite a nice detail. So yes, I am using the materials I've got. Like I said, all those tiles are gone now, so I'm going to do a bit of rearranging and clear all this space so I can get better access to that. Got all these materials lying around, so the quicker I use them, get them out of the way, the more space I've got, so it just makes total sense. And obviously, once all this is all finished, sanded down and painted, I've got all of those materials, I've got everything for that. I can start doing the tiling, because once it's painted, I can do the tiles. And we obviously got loads of tiles, loads of gear, so same again, get them down, get them used up, it's out of the way, we're ready to push on. So I'm going to crack on, I'm going to shut up. Hello again. So I've basically been rebuilding this wall in my head again and again and again, working out how I want it to be done. Because that's how I build. I like do it in my head again and again until I'm happy, and then I obviously do it. What I did the other day, I went out and bought these 5 metre lengths. So there's one there and one there. They have been screwed and back blocked to make extremely strong, secure fixings for later on. So that's all in place now. Hello there. So that's all in place ready. So the plan now is I've put extra bracing across at 3 different intervals, because this is obviously a very big wall, so there's a fair bit of flex in all of this. So this is why obviously I brace it. So I'm going to insulate it, board it, and then the plan is I'm going to plaster it, paint it, and I'm going to leave it. And then probably either later on in the year, maybe early next year, obviously depends on funds, but I'd imagine next year, I'm going to get a nice bit of oak, I'm going to create a mantelpiece, I'm going to either build this up in stone or render, create a lovely mantelpiece, have an absolutely humongous TV on the wall there, and then create a really nice chimney breast, done it with the same tiles I did my TV media wall.
A big ladder again.
You've never been up a big ladder, that would be irresponsible. She was at the big ladder earlier with me helping, but I didn't film it because I've been busy. But yeah, so that's the plan. So I'm going to get all this covered in and plasterboarded, and then at a much later date, this will all built out, because where this line is here at 900 from that wall, that's where basically the wooden stove would be. I have been thinking pellet burner, but we do get power cuts here, and a lot of people do complain about pellet burners, because obviously if the power goes out, which does happen, you're not going to be warm. So I'm thinking a wood burner will always be warm. So yeah, I'll get that insulated and we'll come back when that's done. Yes. Never renovate with kids. Okay, I've been patiently waiting for a dry day because obviously this is 4.5 meters long. So to get the insulation all cut to shape, I need some space and I need it dry so I can lay it out here like I've been doing. It's a lovely dry day. Karen is kindly taking the children away for the day, so I've been busy working elsewhere earning some money, and I'm now going to get this wall all insulated, so let's do that. Okay, you always see me wearing like this or cagoule. It's just basically stop the itching, save it getting into your clothes. That's why I do it. You can wear a decent face mask, but this is enough to stop the fibres, so I wear this. And I'm now going to proceed to lift it in place and hopefully successfully install it. So as you can see, with a bit of clever folding to get it in position, that wasn't too bad. So now all I'll do is I'll just jig it into place, get it all comfy. obviously infill this little gap with some bits and pieces I got left, and then it'll be ready for the second coat, and then we'll get this bit done. Then we'll put the second layer on. I'm going to fit a pattress along here because I think, like I said, I'm going to have a media wall, so I want a decent pattress for a fixing to take the TV. Even though it's all going to get built out, I think that'd just be the best, because now I know it's a solid fixing. So I'll come back when this is all insulated. And that is this whole wall, all fully insulated, pattress in place, all electrics ran. What we are going to do is quickly drill a hole through up there to put a light out on this gable end, which will work off of that switch just there as well. That was Karen's idea. Well done, Mummy Kaz. She's good for some things. Meet Star. This is why I've not been uploading videos, so I've been rather busy making my family a little bit bigger.
Yeah, you've been really busy.
Well, okay, Mummy's been really busy making the baby, but but yeah, that's why I've not been making videos. It's quite a good excuse. All the plasterboard is ready, so we're going to get that closed in. I haven't shown you yet. Basically, someone approached me a little while ago with an offer. He knew I lived local to him, and he said, I've got all this building stuff, I'm going back to England, do you want to buy it for £1,000? So I've bought literally tons of stuff, like a huge amount of stuff, scaffolding, screws, fixings, loads of plastic, loads of DPM, and you know, some insulation as well. This insulation doesn't come with the vapor barrier on it, but it meant saving the good stuff for up in the attic, which obviously is, you know, time saving. So I thought, right, I'll use this stuff, and part of the package was a load of DPM, so I will use that as a vapor barrier. So before I bought it, I'll put a vapor barrier up. You know, it just stops issues later on in life potentially. But yes, let's end this video, say goodbye Star, and we'll see you in the next one.